Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am with two amazing actors right now today, and it's an honor to be able to interview them. I'm here with Skeeter Jenkins and D'Amica Eugene. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, this is something I don't take lightly. So this is a great honor. And you two are one of the hardest workers I've met in this industry. And I tell you, I appreciate everything y'all put in this and y'all good people to watch and
Oh,
follow. Yes.
thank you, thank
So definitely would like to interview you guys with a few questions if you don't mind. You guys had did a major stage play called Mountaintop, written by Katori, um, get her
you.
name, Katori Hall, exactly, Katori Hall. Yes, definitely a unique piece played by some hitters in the industry, including you guys. Uh, I definitely want to open up and ask and start asking Skeeter some questions if you don't mind.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Uh, yes, sir. Skeet, my man, my man. Question I have for you: with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. being such an icon, how and what did you use to approach the human side of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
Mm,
Man, that's a good question. I think the first thing that popped in my mind is to not try to imitate him in any way because I'll
Wow.
come up short. So the thing was to do is what I do with all characters. Make How can I make Dr. King a part of me? And so that
Wow.
entailed doing a little research and uh watching almost every speech he did, watching on YouTube. They have interactions with him and his family, just seeing how he was as a person, and then relating that to my own life. How am I with my family? How am I with my kids? And then marrying the two, and then coming up with the way that uh, I talk. And as you notice in the play, I didn't try to mimic him with my words. I just brought my little flair to it, and it just made it more real.
Indeed, I did notice that, and that's what I was gonna get more into, like how you changed, like you didn't change your speech, you didn't try to
Mm-mm.
imitate him, and how did that was that difficult for you to do, or you was like you said, but you already made him your own through you, a part of you, which was quite interesting.
Yeah, and the as far as like certain things I said, Dr. King was a man of he pronounced everything he said. So I
mm,
needed to make sure I slowed down and let people hear the words I speak, pronounce them. Dr. King was a man of he was very well educated. So I had to come from it from a standpoint of Dr. King was very well educated with things he said, uh, say stuff with purpose, move with purpose. When he moved, when I move, I wanted there to be a reason that I move, not to move just to move. And so it was. Thank God that I did a little acting before this play. And so all of those tools and all of the things I do in acting, I brought all of that to it. And then it didn't help to have someone like Denmika on the other side who know how to play tennis with me. And she gave me something, I had to give her something back. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And will
And
you and I want to give a little shout out real quick to our to the little director right there, Miss Delisa. She gonna hold us down this time.
yes, yes.
Yes, thank you.
speaking of Miss Delisa, do you mind telling me a little bit of things that you've done already?
Sure. I started theater my senior year of high school, and it
Wow.
slowly became my passion. It was something that kind of popped up in my life unexpectedly, and I ended up training in theater school for a couple years, and then I started doing a lot of projects at Temple Civic Theater. And I got to stage manage. I got the opportunity to stage manage 6 shows in 1 year. And then I had the gracious opportunity, just an awesome opportunity to stage manage the Mountaintop. And that's where I'm at now. And I still have a passion for theater. I have a passion for acting. And these two right here are prime examples of how an actor should be. And I'm really excited to move forward with this show. It's awesome.
Wow. Wow. A youngin' like you doing it. These two people ain't easy now. These jokers are hot. Hot in the market. So, yo, for them to be having to come out, collaboration with you, I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Really looking. So, D'Amica, we on to
Yes.
you right now. So, yes. Now, I know how experienced you are as an actor for years. Could you tell the people, because I know they don't know, that Mountaintop was your first stage play? Give us your story.
You want the story? Okay. So the Mountaintop was I only wanted to do one play because I wanted it on my resume. I've done some film commercials, some print, um, and one stage play. I said, okay, I'm gonna do one because it's good to be, well-rounded. I don't want to close the
Yeah.
door on that. Um, you asked for the story, so I have to give you the whole truth. The
Please.
day of the audition, I literally was unctioned out of the house by God Himself. Kid you not,
Wow.
by the Holy Spirit. I got up, got dressed, went to the audition, and it actually was callbacks. I ended up landing the lead, and I was a bit nervous when I looked at the script. I'm not gonna lie, it was some pages, and I was like, wow.
Yes.
So it really stretched me. It pushed me. And by it being a two-man play, it was more intense. But when I say this was the first time a character literally gave me permission to engage and be her, it was amazing. So opening up the different facets of Kamei was a real experience. I thoroughly enjoyed her presence, but then sometimes I had to put her away. Sometimes I had to put her away because she was a lot, but she was gentle on me for my first play. So I
Mm.
really, the story of that was amazing to me, and she backed by popular demand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I really want to stay on you for a second, D'Amica.
Do it. Do it.
While watching you, literally, now that it brings a lot of understanding when you said you were led by the Holy Spirit, you have a grace that was put upon you when I was watching you. The
Mm.
grace that I saw you really glided with it, and I was saying, "Oh my, she's having a lot of fun." And when I say somebody's having a lot of fun, that means that they embody the character, and I see that you have found the character through the way you were speaking, the way you were walking, your mannerisms. It was like I lost the to look for anything. I lost to the point I saw the story. I saw, the angel. I saw the everything she did. I had no question. I would just saw the bouncing, like you were saying, the ping pong with Ski, and it made me like, wow, to the point that you had your own stage at 1 second, and you carried it literally, and I almost cried while you were just now talking.
Oh wow.
I'm not lying. I kid you not. I felt the emotions was like, wow. The fact
Yeah.
that the Holy Spirit, you were the right person for me to see for the first time this play. I
Wow.
say
Mm.
that. Yeah, I'm not playing around. I'm not. And I do have a question for you now that I'm still here with you.
Okay.
With what you just said, how did you view Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. after playing this role?
Mm.
Ooh.
Wow. I've always been a MLK. Um, I, he's one of my top people. I've had some profound moments in my life where he has impacted me, and his nonviolent approach has always been kind of my the way that I live. After encountering him on this personal, intimate level, it really blessed me because Skeeta played that role very well. And just know through this whole journey, Skeeta and I, we walked those pews, we prayed, and our whole purpose was we wanted the people to receive the message. So that's why when people talk, oh, this was great, you did you get the message? Did the message impact? Did it change something? Did it shift the atmosphere? Did it do what it was sent to do? And when we had that opportunity to do it, we made sure that God's message came first. And after seeing MLK so intimately and personally, I just have nothing but a higher, deeper, wider respect for him.
I appreciate you guys. I don't take this interview lightly. I can't believe that I'm feeling emotional. And I think I know why, because this is a real deal. And you guys took it serious. Y'all took it serious for everybody who came. You had to have questions. You had to have been touched. You had to have been like affected.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, how could he? Why would wait a minute, why would she? It made you, but you didn't stay in those questions. You actually was getting the answers as you stay engaged. I thank God for that.
And
Go
Will, you
ahead.
said, man, when you take on roles like these two roles, you have to take it serious, man. You have to put in the time. And like Demika said, it's 42 pages of dialogue between two people. And so there's no room for error. There's no room. And then who are you portraying? You have to take that. This was a tall task, but one thing I love about the Mika, about myself, about the Lisa is you got to be comfortable in your own skin when you do a role like this, because then it lets you explore other avenues. When you're comfortable in your own skin, then I can walk into Dr. King's the character and truly embody him and be him. And we're talking about it, but if people watching want to know how can they come, we're after popular demand, like Demika said, June 1st, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock at the Cultural Activity Center in Temple. The tickets go on sale tomorrow. We're here to promote it. So if you haven't seen it, if your friends have told you about it, because it is so beautiful to hear that, man, we did that play almost 3 weeks ago and people are still talking about it. People are still saying, Skeeta, I have been thinking about that play since y'all have done it. I kid you not. Every day someone has been coming up who's seen it or who's heard about it, saying something about it. Just today I went to the CAC talking about trying to get things situated, and the gentleman Jesse, who he and I were talking, and he was like, man, I say, man, we got to fill these seats. He said, I don't think that's going to be a problem because I heard people still talking about it. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, it's just the scary part is it's a bigger theater, but we still gonna allow God to do what He want. The people that need to come, they coming.
Ski, you said it, man. Yes, they are coming. And I definitely will be putting out the word because like when I was sitting there, I was even asking, I'm like, this is it? Like, yeah. And now I to find out that it's coming back. Oh yeah, it's a play that people must watch and see. Now, another question I have for you, Ski, a very well experienced actor that you are, which which do you think served the play much better? Being on stage or intimate stage?
Ooh, I love the Temple Civic Theater for the intimacy of it. I mean, people were right there in your face. And I love the intimate part. It's going to be a little different going to the CAC because it's not as intimate, even though the play is the Temple Civic Theater was 3 sides. So we had to deal with the middle, left stage. I mean, upstage, back, right stage, left stage. Now it's just gonna be in front of us, and it's gonna be a different dynamic. But I think the result, and this is not bragging, this is just being confident in what we're doing. I think the results, it's going to make both Demika and I raise our game to a whole nother level. And I just can't wait. I'm getting excited just going over the lines and reading about it. I'm like, man, I still know these words, because the words are still there, brother. They just waiting to be let out again.
Man, I'm telling you, Skeet, yes, people do come watch this play. You'll see Skeet in a whole nother level. You'll see the Mika in a whole nother level. Yes, I got a question for you, Skeet, while we're still on you. What did you learn from Dr. King as a father?
Mm. Just from watching YouTube videos of him interacting with his family, interacting with his kids, that man loved his family. Yeah, I know through the play you see some other stuff that take place in his life, but I think people gonna leave away was there was never a doubt that he loved his wife and that he loved his families. Yes, he will succumb to anything that any man could be succumb to. One of the lines in the film, one of the lines in the play is the flesh. I mean, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is
But the
weak.
flesh is weak.
And that's with Dr. King. That was with Jesus. He got weak in the flesh, but yet Jesus did not sin. But the human side of Dr. King, it's the play just shows that he's a man. And a lot of people, and that's no excuse for him. Don't get me wrong, don't misconstrue me. He's a man, but the play showed that the public all they saw was the public Dr. King. And this play represents the private Dr. King and the struggles he had to go through, and the weight, man, the weight he had on his shoulders. Think about this for a second without giving the play away. Think about picking up the phone and calling your wife, because you noticed the last time you're calling her and she doesn't answer the phone. So you can't talk to her. You can't talk to your kids for the last time. What will you do? Will you break down? Will you lose it all? And so throughout the play, it was my intent. I was intentional about showing people that, man, this man gonna cry. He's gonna laugh. He's gonna be serious. He's gonna get a little angry. But at the end of the day, I just wanted people to feel what he felt. And when people come up to you after with tears in their eyes, who lived through those times and say, you made me feel Dr. King. And I'm gonna let Demika tell you a little later about that lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It breathed I know it's small back there, but that lady productions and how that came about.
Yeah.
Since we going ahead and you want me to go to Demika, I already had in mind to do so. But before we make that transition, I want to know from Dr. King, what did you also learn as a leader?
Mhm. Leadership is not just about ability. It's about responsibility and dealing with this play. And here you have a man who felt that he was responsible for a whole people. That pressure on him, and the pressure of, a lot of people say pressure busts a pipe, which I believe, but sometimes pressure makes you into who God called you to be. And the pressure Dr. King experienced made him into who God called him to be. And it's not just Black people who love Dr. King. when you got the whole world loving you for what you stood for, you was on a mission with a purpose for one reason. And I love this part of his speech. He said, I've been to the mountaintop. And so he'd been to the mountaintop, but in the end of it, he said, I may not get there with you. So he knew. He said, I may not get there with you, but I want you to fight on this journey. If you can't run, I mean, if you can't crawl, if you can't fly, then you run. If you can't run, then you walk. If you can't walk, then you crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving. And I embodied that. Hey, this is what this man stood for. His whole premise of everything he talked about, it was if you can't fly, you got to run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But you got to keep moving.
Man, Damika, back to you. Back to you. Man, thank you, Skeet, for that. That's very touching, man. People, y'all better not miss this play. If you missed it once already, do not miss this play. Y'all gonna see me there. Believe that.
Well, can I say something about Delisa before we go any further? Delisa, along with Miss Tollison, fought to get this play in position for months prior to us even being casted. They were the key pieces to the puzzle. So Delisa is kind of her baby as well, because she was there from the beginning to seeing it come into fruition. So it's just been and throughout the journey, she's been very delicate with us. She's been, but it was her baby as well. So it's been an honor to carry it and her see it come to life as well. Her and Miss Tollison.
So that being said, this play is like the first Black African American play that was set in that theater.
Yes.
And now, so she's part of that.
Yes. She's part of that history.
Look it. You see, there's a question I had for all of you together at the end, but that right there going to answer that. We're going to get back to that.
Okay.
I appreciate hearing that. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and ask it. The question I had was, if Dr. King was able, since Delisa was part of this, if Dr. King was able to finish his life work, do you think today would look different?
That's a good question.
I wish Miss Delisa was here to answer that.
I think with the fall of, it will look different, but some of the stuff will still look the same because of Adam and Eve, what they did in the garden. Sin came into the world. So regardless of, Dr. King could have had 900,000 people doing the right thing and 50,000 doing the wrong thing, and people were going to focus on the 50,000 all the time. And so I say that to say, I saw this thing by this professor he posted, and it's all over Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. He was in the classroom and he did 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2, 18, all the way to 9 times 10. And he put 89. And the class just started laughing and pointing at, oh, you got one wrong. You get what I'm saying? They didn't care about the 9 he got right. He got that one wrong. And I think we live in that kind of society. You could do everything right, but if you do one thing wrong, what you think people gonna remember?
The one thing wrong.
The one thing wrong. But if we change our mindset to say, you know what, he did the one thing wrong, let's forgive that. But look at what he's doing right. Let me embody that. Let me imitate what he's doing right. The world will be a better place. But see, we focus so much on what people, doctors and all of their wisdom. When you go to the doctor, they ain't gonna tell you everything that's right with your body. They're gonna tell you what's wrong. And that's that's kind of the same way society looks at it. We don't see all the 99 things Damika do right, but you let her do one thing wrong and watch how the world gonna come after her. And I
Yeah.
think, and I think so, and with Dr. King, with all of his wisdom, with all of his knowledge, with all of his love for people, with all of his love for the Lord, at the end of the day, there's only one person perfect, and he wasn't it. You know what I mean? So the
Wow.
one person that was perfect, think about it. People still say all the what he did wrong. They spit on him. They talk, and we just went through Easter. We
Mm-hmm.
went a whole week of people talking about Hosanna, glory to the highest.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday came, crucify him. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's the type of world, and I hate to say it that way. That's why I'm an optimist. I want to see the best in people. I want to see the best. And this play, like Denmika said, it took me to a place where I had to cry. I had to laugh. I had to put myself in them places. Otherwise, people would have said, "Oh, he just up there shooting lines." See, but I didn't want them to. I wanted them to experience what I was experiencing, that pain, that grief, that yeah. And that girl, Denmica, she brought it out.
Mm. Wow.
Yes, she did. And now I'm transferring over to you, D'Amica.
Okay.
Indeed. So, D'Amica, uh, so Katori
Mm,
Paul made God a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that was coming.
What was your take on that, especially experiencing King's human side as an angel?
Mm-hmm. So it's interesting you say that. And I'm really so everything I do, I take it as I'm learning. And one thing I learned early on in my acting, do not judge the characters. Because if you judge them, you cannot deliver. So I try to really, and even with people, I'm practicing. Not, don't judge these people because people are fallible. They mess
Mm,
up. You know, sometimes that's not their intentions, but they mess up because they don't know what to do or how to do. They're still learning as well. But I learned don't judge the character. So at first, I prayed about Skeeta tell you through this whole thing. I'm a prayer warrior. I pray, I pray, I pray. I seek God for everything that I do, everything that I touch. So with that being said, I prayed in the beginning and I was like, ooh, I gotta cuss. Ooh, I gotta do this. And the Holy Spirit literally told me, shut up, girl, and learn the lines. And I said, okay. Okay. So if God gave me the grace and the mercy and the skill set to deliver, it didn't matter what anybody else said after that. Her, God being portrayed as a woman, that was a character in the play. So yeah.
I got to put my opinion on that. I actually thought it was an excellent move. I thought it was an excellent move. And in a lot of ways, just like to question everyone's character in the play, why not question God's?
Yeah.
So I felt like for those people who have a hard time judging,
Mm-hmm.
they can't see what is. If you just stick to
ooh,
what is, like you said, you won't have to worry all of that conflict. You'll get the blessing through the what is.
Yeah.
And the fact that the writer made God a woman, I'm really happy about that. It stirs up things in people to see that God in was the same God that's been there. But because it's called a woman, your perspective got some issues or whatever here and there. But after you watch this play
Mm-hmm.
and you see for yourself each character, Dr. King, God, and you with a maid inside of a hotel and in one room to be able to go through up, down, left, right, ping ponging with Dr. King as Skeet was playing inside that one room, literally with every character. You had to bounce off of his bag. He bounced off of your bag.
Yeah.
And you bounced off his good. And it was going, I mean, literally. And then, oh, let me not ruin it. Y'all got to come see this play because, I mean, to see how God operated, literally, in real life and in this play, I would really like, that's what God does.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a remorseful God. He knows his children and he knows his will. You're not going to change his will, man. I tell you.
What you trying to do, a play on your name?
Yo, I'm telling you, you guys got to come and watch this, what I'm talking about right here, because Dr. King, I'm telling you, man, Damika, you was trying to say something. I apologize.
No, I mean, I also, with that being said, it's twofold. I don't take, I didn't take this role lightly at all, and having Skeeta as a scene partner, and it was an absolute, has been a blessing. I'm really grateful because it's just like God gave us something that, and I prayed for something organic, something great. But with that being said, I think even God being a woman, I think it would cause non-believers to even question where they are with their belief, because it would awaken something and make them have to really ponder and say, well, that's not what I've known my whole life. Oh, so you do believe.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, and Will, you know, even though we were acting, we heard the reactions when God was called the sheep. I mean, people literally was like, what? I mean, yeah. So, you know, they had a reaction, and I love it, man. Katori Hall, hey, if you don't know Katori Hall, get to know her. She's brilliant, man. Brilliant in the way she wrote this. She's just brilliant. There's no other way to put it. The woman is just brilliant in the way she wrote it. And I think for those of you who are friends of people who came, just go ask them what was their experience in coming. And I know a lot goes on in May, a lot of graduations, a lot of things to do. But what better way to bring your family on June 1st at 2 o'clock, or you could choose the 7 o'clock, and let them just be entertained in the fact that the seat you're gonna sit in, somebody prayed over your seat for you to receive something, to leave that place with something. And I love how Damika puts it, is but did you get the message?
Did you get the message?
And there's so many messages in there, and I think that's the brilliance of her writing. There are so many messages hidden under that subtext of that script. Is just amazing.
Yeah.
And for those of you who haven't seen me with hair, that's why I'm growing the mustache. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there couldn't have been another better angel, Damika. Seriously. The way King was talking to her, you being the character made it so I was like, yeah. It made it way more believable, understandable where King was. You couldn't just put anybody in that position. And to hold your own like that, the king. Come on, man.
The king.
Yes. People, the dates, you got the dates, you got the time. Do not miss this play. You missed it once, you got an opportunity to be blessed.
And
I was blessed.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow.
We're gonna post the links.
Yeah, we're gonna post them, because go to the Cultural Activity Center and it is nice. It's
Yeah.
really nice. Temple, Killeen, Waco, surrounding areas, wherever you are, Belton, come on out. Come on, and no, it ain't just for blacks. I mean, they had, it was the whole play every night was 50-50. So there's no excuses for not coming out. We want you to come on out
We want you
and
to come.
support this event.
And here's the other key component to that. So Skeeta, a few days after the play, like every day, people was, Skeeta, you and that lady. You and that lady. When I say Skeeta said, you need to get a t-shirt to say that lady.
Yeah.
So so what we decided was, okay, well, we want to do something and give back to the community, because we want to help actors in the community as well. So we was like, okay, well, we're going to do a workshop, because it kind of organically, that go back to this organic thing that I was asking God for. It organically happened. So we're going to do a workshop April 20th and the 21st. It's like $125 for an actor. We only have 25 seats per day, and they get a headshot. We're going to work out a business plan, and they get some acting, classes. It's an immersive workshop. They're going to get a workbook, everything, the whole nine. It's very in-depth, it's detailed. So we want them to come to learn, to enjoy, but overall embrace the art of acting. With that being said, also, we needed a name, because people was like, well, what's the name of y'all? What are y'all doing? So now we're That Lady Productions. So that's who we are. We're going to be, and once this is, once God do what he does and we do what we need to do, we're going to grow. But we're still going to, I encourage Skeeta and Delisa, we're still going to work on our own individual avenues, but yet we're still going to be a collective.
Thank you for that information.
Yes.
Now we know where we can up our level, our skills with one of the best actors out here, knowing that's been in this industry, well experienced as you guys are. Literally, I mean, what's the dates again for the workshop?
It's April 20th and April 21st, which is not this weekend, the next weekend. And we're doing it at Kinetic Image Studios, downtown Killeen. I want to say it's 308 Avenue D. Kinetic Image Studios. The photographer is Miss Candice Cooper. She's going to take one headshot for them, and that way they can get started. Our goal is to put them a whole package together, and that way they have the tools and everything they need to get going, and different avenues they can explore and open up about how they want their journey to go.
And Will, I don't know if you know it, but your picture is all over the wall in there, brother.
It is.
I was told.
It is. And
I was told.
Will, honestly, from you, and you're encouraging us, that really means a lot, because you are a phenomenal actor yourself. So you know what it takes. The grit, the stamina, the work, the labor, the love. So I really appreciate you.
Oh
yeah,
thank you.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna be trying to collaborate with you on something that Damika was talking about, man. You just keep your ears open to hear from one of us. You're gonna hear.
Listen, for you guys to knock on my door, it is an honor, okay? Wow. Matter of fact, I give y'all the key.
Boy, you're so sweet.
Oh man, thank you.
No, thank you, and thanks for taking the time to do this. And I feel the same way that Mika feel. I mean, seeing you in Deadly Sins, I was like, look at this brother here. And then you threw a little hometown. A lot of people didn't catch it, but I caught it when you threw the French in there, man. You gave a shout out to Haiti. Yeah, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oui, c'est haïtien mieux ski. Ou connaît pas haïtien déjà nègre. Huh? Let them know. I'm telling for even the Haitians out there. Vin nous sous play ça. Ou got on belle play. Vin sous play ça. While we're on belle play. I tell them all the Haitians, I let them all know about this mountaintop, man. This the truth. This play ain't called mountaintop for no reason. I mean, it's spirit led all the way through, from the words, the people, the actors, every inch of this play is spirit led.
Mhm.
Mm.
And here's another thing I don't think you know. My husband's Haitian. And so, yeah, I'm a part of the community. So,
Listen, your last name gave it away. Eugene. Oh, yeah. You don't see too many of that now.
Oh,
I was like, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
man. You see, this is all a pot that was already divine. It was
That's it.
already divine.
Yeah.
It was already divine. I met Skeet a long time ago. I seen you a long time ago. Finally,
Mhm.
this is what it means when you wait on the Lord.
That's it.
You work hard. You work hard. You work hard and you trust God.
That's it.
You trust God, and you stick in your lane. And you ask and you shall receive. I asked for this.
Yeah.
Trust and believe me. And for you guys to say something like this to me, it's already been asked for like a couple years ago, Skeet.
Mm.
All right. All right.
Excellent.
But yeah, again, I thank you guys for allowing me the time to be able to ask you guys these personal, beautiful questions from all of your hard work with Mountaintop. I mean, peoples, you guys were here. You heard it yourself. You got the dates. You got the workshop. And you got the play on June 1st. You got the times. You can't miss this. It'll be on the internet where you can find it. What's the site again?
Cultural Activity Center.
In Temple,
Cultural Activity Center in Temple.
Yes.
June 1st.
And then the workshop is downtown Killeen and Kinetic Image. You can go online, write down Kinetic Image. You'll find, with technology, GPS will get you right there with no problem.
That's it.
Again, Skeet, Damika, thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity. I look forward for us talking about this collaboration that we're getting ready to do here soon. Everything is spirit-led and divine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate
We
you, brother.
appreciate your time.
Yes, ma'am. All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Y'all.
All right. Have a blessed night, family. We love you guys.
Love y'all.
Have a good one. Peace out.